Okay, so today we're going to look at section 2.2, circles. Now we all know what a circle is, we know what it looks like. But it's always good to have the official definition. So a circle is the set of all points that are equidistant from a fixed point called the center. The fixed distance from any point to the center, any point on the circle, sorry, to the center is called the radius. And we forgot something here. In a plane, circle is a set of all points in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed point called the center. The fixed distance from any point on a circle to the center is called the radius. So we can harken back to the distance formula. Square root of x1 or x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared is equal to the distance. So we can call that distance r. And if I square that distance, I have x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared equals r squared. This is called the standard form of a circle. So let's look at some examples. Something like this. X minus 4 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 25. So in this case, the center is 4, -3, and the radius is 5, square root of 25. Likewise, we could have something like this, x squared plus y minus 1/2 squared equals 12. My center here is, well, I have my x minus 0 squared, so 0 and -1/2. Or not -1/2, 1/2. And my radius would be the square root of 12. I also have simply x squared plus y squared equals 7. My center will be 0, 0, and my radius is the square root of 7. Okay, so the standard form of a circle. So if I have a circle with center 3, -1, and radius 4. Can we write the equation for it? Well, what is it? It is x1, which we'll call x, minus x2, so minus 3 squared, plus y minus the negative 1 squared equals 4 squared, 16. That's it. Okay, so what about, we have the endpoints of the diameter, which are -3, 3, and -1, -1. So 2 points on a circle. The distance between them is the diameter. So we find the distance between them first. Square root of x1 and or x2. We'll call that -1 minus x1 minus the -3 squared plus -1 minus 3 squared. That's going to give me my distance. So my distance is the square root. -1 plus 3 is 2. 2 squared is 4. -1 minus 3 is -4. Squared is 16. So my distance is the square root of 20. I can factor out a 4 and get 2 times the square root of 5. Now, if you remember, the radius is 1/2 the distance. So r is the square root of 5. Okay? So now I have my radius. Now I need the center, which would be the midpoint. So what do we have? -3 minus -1 over 2, and 3 minus -1 over 2. So my center here is -2 over 2 and 4 over 2, which is -1, 2. This is my center. So now I have x minus -1, so x plus 1 squared, plus y minus 2 squared equals square root of 5 squared, which is 5. That would be my circle. Center at -1, 2, radius of the square root of 5. Okay, the next thing we look at is general form. That was standard form. This is general form. And it's something like this. X squared plus y squared plus ax plus by plus c equals 0. That's general form of a circle. So we have a circle in general form of x squared plus y squared minus 8x plus 2y minus 8 equals 0. So that's the general form. I want standard form. So first we need to group. So I have x squared minus 8x. And I have plus y squared plus 2y. And then I move this 8 over here. So now remember how I said we'd use completing the square? Here we go. So b, just looking at the x's, b is equal to -8. 1/2 b is equal to -4. 1/2 b squared equal to 16. So I'm going to add 16 here. So we need to add it over here. And this becomes x minus 4 squared. Now looking over here, I have my b. This is my b for the x's. This will be my b for the y is 2. 1/2 of the b for the y is 1. And 1/2 b for y squared is 1. So we're going to add 1 here and add 1 here. So this becomes plus y plus 1 squared equals 8 plus 16 plus 1, which is 25. And that is my standard form. And that is pretty much all we'll cover in circles. We really don't deal with circles a whole lot in this course because we're more about functions, if you remember. So that finishes section 2.2. Have a good day.